Hi guys, I don't know why we have video today, but that's all right. Welcome. It's good to have you see me, I guess, since I can't see you. We're going to start chapter 33 today. We're going to do two sections. Pretty much that's kind of our daily plan. In your ISN pages, go ahead and do the preview. It's asking you to describe a time when you felt you were treated unfairly. What actions did you take to improve the situations? What actions could you have taken? Why didn't you? Just see if you can think of a time. You have some key vocabulary. Obviously, there's no vocabulary page, but make sure you know what those words mean. The key question, what were the characteristics of the Roman Republic and how did they change over time? And there's a bust right there of Lucius Junius Brutus. He led the overthrow of the Etruscan kings and the establishment of the new Republic of Rome. Remember, the Etruscans and the Greeks were on both sides of Rome before. So the introduction, 33.1, says early Rome was ruled by Etruscan kings from northern Italy. In this chapter, you will learn how the Romans overthrew the Etruscans and created a republic around 509 BCE. A republic is a form of government in which leaders are elected to represent the people. Ancient Romans told an interesting story about the overthrow of their Etruscan rulers. One day, two Etruscan princes went to see the famous oracle at Delphi in Greece. A Roman named Lucius Junius Brutus traveled with them. At Delphi, the princess asked the oracle which one of them would be the next king of Rome. The oracle answered, "The next man to have authority in Rome will be the man who first kisses his mother." Hearing this prediction, Brutus pretended to trip. He fell on his face and his lips touched earth, the mother of all living things. Back in Rome, Brutus led the revolt that drove out the Etruscan kings. He became one of the first leaders of the new republic. In this way, the oracle's mysterious words came true. The Roman people were now free to govern themselves. But not all Romans were equal. Power in the early republic belonged to rich men called patricians. The majority of Romans, the plebeians, had no voice in the government. In this chapter, you will see how a long struggle between patricians and plebeians shaped the government of Rome. And obviously, you need to know the definition of patrician and plebeian. So let's take a look at section 33.2. It's a short one. Patricians and plebeians under Etruscan rule. Between 616 and 509 BCE, the Etruscans ruled Rome. During this time, Roman society was divided into two classes, patricians and plebeians. Upper-class citizens, called patricians, came from a small group of wealthy landowners. Patrician comes from the Latin word pater, which means father. The patricians chose from among themselves the fathers of the state, the men who advised the Etruscan king. Patricians controlled the most valuable land. They also held the important military and religious offices. Free non-patricians, called plebeians, were mostly peasants, laborers, craftspeople, and shopkeepers. The word plebeian comes from plebs, which means the common people. Plebeians made up about 95% of Rome's population. They could not be priests or government officials. They had little voice in the government, yet they still were forced to serve in the army. So it's important to know that 95% of the people were plebeians, the peasants, the laborers, the craft people. Okay, so section 33.2 in your ISN, you're going to write down who ruled Rome between 616 and 509, and then who were the patricians, give some details, who were the plebeians, give some details. And that's all for today. Pretty easy lesson. See you tomorrow.